why his channel even exists, because like YouTube has all of these like stupid strict regulations and like demonetizations against some of my favorite YouTubers purely because they cuss or they talk about controversial topics or they do makeup that's a little bit more gory than YouTube would prefer or whatever. And then they have people like Onision who literally brainwash and manipulate the youth that they're afraid of, like, cussing and gore to, like, infiltrate the youth's minds and, like, just convert them into, like, these little demons. When they have people like Onision in the internet on YouTube, like, just doing all of those things that they're afraid of, and they don't fucking touch him. Like, they don't do shit to him, but then they demonetize, like, thousands of channels purely because they cuss in them, or they talk about controversial topics, or they do gory videos that they don't like, whether it's gory videos in gaming, gory videos in skits, or gory videos in makeup even. Like, they just, I guess they can't handle the fact that there is gore in the media. And some people like doing FX makeup. Like, it's not a crime. Fuck. Like, neither is cussing. Like, I mean, I'm trying to cut back on my cussing because I cuss too much, but, like, cussing is not a crime either. Like, if YouTube really wants restrictions, then they can, like, I think that all sites should do this, not just YouTube. Like, apps, sites, whatever have you. Like, make, like, make it more difficult for the average 12-year-old to hack into, like, and fake that they're older than they actually are on a porno site that they shouldn't be on, or on, like, questionable apps, or on the YouTube videos that, like, are for adults only. Like, like, why, like, it just, why crush a YouTuber's career and crush the viewers, like, entertainment for the sake of, like, mischievous, like, disobeying children? Like, the problem is not the content creators, it's the YouTube system. They need to fix their system. Like, if your kids, like, if literally, like, 8-year-olds find it easy to hack or fake their age on your site and watch these videos that are inappropriate for them, then instead of punishing the creators who really aren't doing anything that wrong, punish the kids and make it more difficult for them to hack into your site. Like, it's not that hard of a conclusion, but, like, for some reason YouTube just can't wrap its head around it and decides to punish their creators. So, yeah, like, I can't, YouTube needs to fuck off. Like, I freaking can't stand YouTube sometimes, but also YouTube, like, is a great platform, so, like, I love it at times, but I'm also, like, it's irritating. But anyways, my problem with Strange Aeons reading Onision's book is that these kids that are reading his book and are obsessed or in love or highly respect and support Onision, like, they're just confused. They're just young kids that are, like, stupid because they're naive and there are so many different things that they can't properly, like, comprehend or conclude, but they're in that phase where they're old enough to know who they are and, like, move forward in their life and la 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 la. And, like, kids are free to make their own decisions, you know? Like, they make dumb mistakes. Like, kids make dumb mistakes all the time. As long as it doesn't create permanent effects and it's something that like they will grow from and like change, and like even though it's stupid now, they're gonna learn from it in the future and be like, wow, that was fucking stupid of me to do that, and support this like shitty person because he's literally a psychopath. But like, and have these like unrealistic like expectations of the ideal man. Like, it's just like, you're literally 8, sweetie, like calm down. Like, just I don't like, it's just it's the sad truth, but it's like kids are gonna do what they're gonna do. Like, and I think the problem is that like it's more public. The kids like humiliations and their like stupid mistakes are like just broadcasted across the internet, and like it's just like there for people to critique. And I think Strange Aeons like had good intentions when she read the book, and she wanted to like critique the book and like make people more aware of like how like messed up Onision's thinking is, and how messed up these type of books are, because Onision is not the first person to come up with the trope of self-harmer falls in love with bad boy who changes for her. Like, that is an incessant fanfic trope if I've ever heard one. Like, for some reason girls love that. Like, I don't understand why. It's just like I said, when they're feeling depressed or confused, if we're really being honest, because most kids who are like 8 years old aren't actually depressed unless they go through severe trauma. Like, the average kid just gets really confused and assaulted by hormones, so their emotions feel more intense, less giddy like it was when they were children, because they're getting new hormones that come when you're becoming a teenager. Like, it's natural to have good and bad days, okay? It's natural to feel upset about something for a significant amount of time. Just because when you were a kid, you cried over something for 5 minutes and then let it go, or when you were trying to throw a tantrum, cried about something for an hour, but you really didn't feel upset, you were just trying to get something about it. Like, when you were a kid, and then now that, like, you're maturing and your hormones, like, sustain your emotions for longer, so you're upset for longer than 5 minutes, doesn't mean that you're depressed. Like, just means you're growing and becoming a teenager and later on an adult. Like, it's natural. You're not depressed. Like, the world isn't against you. Like, calm the fuck down. Like, just, ugh. And then also on top of that, like, just the whole masculine thing, I don't even get it, but like, whatever, it's fine. Like, they'll grow out of it eventually, okay? Like, there's no need to, like, critique their thought process, because in all actuality, like, nothing you can do can change their thought process. Because even if you create this like perfect utopian world where like society is equal, and like there's no perverted criminals, or like there's no perverted media, and there's no like distorted imagery of like perspectives of people, like children are still gonna naturally, like, when they start getting those hormones, like, they're gonna naturally, especially straight women, are gonna naturally be drawn to the more masculine figured male idol or role model or even, like, friend, because that's evolution, and that's how you breed and have, like, successful offspring. And that's literally just a part of our DNA, and we cannot change that. So even if we lived in a utopian society where, like, the world didn't have any of this, like, fucked up, like, subdued, like, violence, like, imagery that it was projecting to children, and, like, the nudity aspect wasn't there, and, like, children didn't, like, have, like, cuss words or, like, violence or nudity at a very young age, like, they're still gonna be naturally attracted and naturally, like, naive and, like, fantasize about this kind of stuff. Maybe not as extreme, but, like, it's still gonna happen because it's a natural part of evolution. Like, it's you can't help it. Like, it's literally unstoppable. And every straight girl goes through this, and every straight girl grows out of it. Almost. Well, not every straight girl, but, like, most sensible girls grow out of it, but not every person, but like most people do, like most girls do. Like, it's a natural thing, doesn't last that long. Like, the most I've heard of it lasting is like from like 8 to 17 on an average person. But like, if it's longer, it's usually because there's actually something like wrong with how the person was raised, or they're really obsessed with society or media, or their brains are literally like, their chemistry is just literally like just not working properly, because like that's not a rational way of thinking once you're an adult. Like, that's just no, like, you need to chill. But but anyways, I think that Strange Aeons, like, reading this book was a waste of her time and Onision's time. Which, like, Onision, like, I don't fucking care about Onision. But I'm just saying, like, it's just, like, a waste of her time to go about buying this book and supporting a man who she hates. Because she does support him by buying the book, because when she buys the book, she's inadvertently paying him money to support him to make more books or make more content similarly. So, like, literally, she shouldn't have bought the book. And she shouldn't have read the book, because it was a waste of time and a piece of trash and deserves to be burned. And, like, I get it. She bought it and she read it because she wanted to send a message out to all of those, like, naive kids that, like, this isn't the right way of thinking and this is wrong. But, like, and that is important, but she's already made several videos about Onision and how she disagrees with him and how she thinks that he's a horrible person and yada yada yada. She's already made a bunch of videos on Onision. Like, and she literally just wasted her time and money and effort to buy his book, read his book, make a video critiquing his book, and then edit that video and upload it on YouTube, because, like, it just, to me, is pointless, because she's sending a message out that she's already sent out countless times before, but this time it's different because it's a different version of what we already know about Onision. Okay? It's nothing new. We already knew this shit about Onision. Like, he's an open book when you're not, like, being manipulated by him because you're a naive child. But when you're a grown-ass adult and, like, you can read the signs of, like, this person is sick, then yeah, like, you can pretty clearly conclude that, like, Onision is a fucking, like, piece of shit. But, like, what irritates me is that, like, she wasted her time and money and supported him because she bought the book, and then she critiqued it, and then, like, it's literally nothing new than we already know, so it's, like, just a waste of time. And it also just, like, I don't know, like, to me it was just, like, pointless, and, like, just, why read his book if, like, you already know everything that's probably going to be in the book, and everything that you need to know about Onision, because it's a piece of shit, and there's not really that much depth to a piece of shit. And, like, it was just pointless in my opinion, and, like, just brought, it's almost like she's enabling him at this point, because, like, she's already made enough videos about how much Onision sucks, and then to further this point, she buys a book by him, supporting him by paying, like, I'm sorry, it just literally blows my mind that she thought that buying his book and then reading it and then critiquing it about all the things that we already know was going to prove a point further than the points that she's already proven in past videos. Like, I just, you literally just did the same exact thing that you've done in other videos, but this time you supported him because you bought his book. Like, it just, she's a rational person, so I don't really get what her thought process is when she made this video, but it was, like, just, to me, it was stupid. Like, just, I can't, like, it's just stupid. So, yeah. And then, oh my god, I feel like Onision is deserving of all this hate, no doubt, because there are literally, like, channels dedicated to hating Onision. I'm not even joking. They are literally people who react to Onision just to hate on each and every video that he makes. Or every single action that he makes on social media, they hate on. And that's just like, okay. Like, Onision is a dick, okay? Like, we know that. Like, we know that he's sick and he's just gonna continue being sick. There's nothing you can do. Like, you can bring awareness to it, but if you've already talked about it once, why keep talking about it? Why dedicate a whole entire channel to Onision? Because you're literally just enabling him by giving him more attention, because he doesn't want fame. He just wants, well, I mean, he wants everybody to love him, but I think more than that, he just wants attention of people to make himself feel important, because that's what his ego needs, is to feel important. And like, they're enabling that because they make him feel important, because they're making him like this horrible person, because he is a horrible person, but they make so many videos about him that it's just kind of like repetitive, and you're like, okay, he's not that big of a character. I mean, he's a shitty person, but he doesn't have that big of a character, so there's no reason to keep making videos about his so-called, like, his bad character, because it's bad, but it's not that deep, so you literally only need to dedicate one video to him and explain everything in that one video, and, like, you don't need to make any more videos, because it's pretty apparent about his character. Like, his actions speak for themselves. Like, his horrible lies speak for themselves. Like, it just, everything about him, like, is just repulsive. Like, it's just automatically repulsive once you're mature enough to comprehend what kind of person he is. And then you're like, whoa, yeah, like, he's a shitty person. Like, can't believe I was manipulated by him. Uh-oh. But, like, I don't know. It just pisses me off that, like, so many people are, like, dedicating their lives and times and even money in some cases to hate on Onision, when the best thing that they can do for Onision and the best thing that they can do for those kids to get rid of Onision is to just ignore him, because by this point it's literally just like, we already know. Like, we already know. Like, I mean, maybe it would be okay if, like, a lot of YouTubers grouped together and each made their own single videos about their perspective of why Onision is a shitty person. And sure, it would be repetitive, but at least that way it would be from different YouTubers, so it would be reaching different viewers, and so it would be spreading further, and then, in retrospect, like, all of those people would be aware of what a shitty person he is, and ignore him, you know? Like, that's the smart thing to do. Like, it's not smart to spread more hate on an already extremely negative character. Like, it's just not smart. Like, you can't fight negativity with negativity, because it's just gonna spread more negativity. It's like, you can't, like, I don't know, like, it's literally just like, I can't, I can't do it. Like, I just can't. You know, like, I can't fathom it. Like, I get it. They have good intentions, because they know how bad of a person he is, and they want to bring awareness to that. But I feel like they get too caught up in updating themselves on Onision's life just so they can know how bad of a person he is, and then update other people, aka their viewers, on what a bad person Onision is. And then it's kind of like creating this hate train of like, wow, Onision's a shitty person, yada yada yada, which we already know that. Like, we already concluded that Onision is a bad person. Like, he's sick. There's nothing that you can do to change that. Okay? And complaining and hating on him is not going to do anything about it either, because he's so sick that he twists everybody's hate into secret affection, and they're just in denial of their own feelings of what is truly right, and he's always right. And like, if you deny him, you basically deny God. And like, it's just like, no, you can't deny me, like, I don't accept it, like, whatever, or I'll just ignore you because you're all just haters and I'm just amazing, and like, you can never compare. That's literally his thinking process, and I know that because he said that in multiple response to the hate videos. So like, it's very clear that like, there's no amount of videos or confronting him that's going to make him aware of that he's a bad person, because he's just never going to change. And also, there's no amount of videos that they can make that'll like change the people that have already been manipulated, because like they've already been manipulated, and they're either going to stay that way or they're going to grow by themselves, because once a person is under somebody else's manipulation, it's too hard to get to them. And you have to get to them like in person. You can't reach them in a 10-minute ranting video about how much you hate this person, because if they're manipulated and he's their idol now, you venting and hating him, which are all valid facts, like, still they're gonna be so like disillusioned that they can't process it or comprehend it, and they're too young to anyways. So like, it's just, you just have to let the people who will grow out of it grow, and the people who want to stay stuck and trapped in that immature, sick, twisted world of his, let them stay there, because they're just hurting themselves, and Onision's truly not going to hurt that many people, because he's just like rationale is gonna win over like just how twisted he is, because he's too stupid to like really truly manipulate people other than naive children who are ignorant to reality. So like, he just won't ever get far, and like, I feel like making continuous hate videos about him serve a purpose if they're done right, but if they're done by the same YouTuber over and over and over again, then it's just kind of like, okay, we get it. I don't like Onision either, but like the same video over and over and over is not going to do anything. It's just not. It's just, I don't see how, that it's gonna get anywhere, and like, it's just, unless they do it strategically, like I already stated before. But even then, like, it's gonna have a huge difference on YouTuber viewers, and like how they can like stop from being sucked into his world, or like be aware. And if they're YouTubers themselves, like make one video about him too, and like become like a chain reaction, and like a guard, like basically like just become like a virtual like battle, like wall, bridge, whatever the fuck you want to call it, like gate against like Onision reaching these naive children before it's too late. But again, that's only if it's just almost like a lot of YouTubers and they only do one video and they just spread the message one time. They don't repeat it, and they don't say the same thing over and over again, and they don't like hate on him repeatedly, because just enabling him by hating on him more and more is just, it's not going to help either one of you, and it's not going to help the situation either. Like, it might make you feel better to vent about it, but like, do it on your own time. Don't waste your time, money, and effort in spreading the message that you've already said over and over and over again, and editing it and then uploading it, and then just like having the same story be told over and over again, because it's not going to do anything. It's literally not. Like, it's just not. Hate to say it, but it's not. All it's going to do is bring Onision's little triggered ass over to your channel and be like, oh my god, like, I have to defend myself by making fun of your appearance, or I have to defend myself by making sure that I validate myself by my viewers, and be like, you guys love me still anyways. Like, you guys protect me against my haters, because I can't do it myself, because I'm a chicken shit and can't say anything other than that I'm an amazing hot guy, and like, you're all ugly if you hate me, and yada yada yada. Like he's like just and optimally, the best thing that could ever happen to Onision and YouTube in general is YouTube to get the fuck up off their lazy asses and stop targeting genuinely good creative channels, and start targeting channels like Onision's, where he's literally just a shitty person manipulating the youth. And like, sure, the youth is smart enough to grow out of it and like become mature and be like, wow, he's a fucking dick. But like, it's still like fucked up enough and scary enough that you're kind of like, okay, like, you need to, like, stop this, because, like, this is literally, like, Onision's Onion Man's youth instead of Hitler's youth, and it's just, like, fucked up. Like, it needs to stop, you know? And the only two ways that I can figure that happening is, like I said, the whole one video spreading the message of Onision being a horrible person per YouTuber and spreading it to various viewers and various different YouTubers so that they can spread the message as well. It just becomes a chain reaction and a chain barrier so that they can protect the kids from Onision's like toxic manipulative words, and or YouTube getting off their lazy acids and shutting Onision's channel down, because like it just needs to be shut down. And not just one of his channels, all three of them. And he needs to be banned from YouTube because that's just fucked up. Like, it's just fucked up that, like, he can do that. Like, you know, like, it's just... And he's been on YouTube for about as long as Shane Dawson. And Shane Dawson has been on YouTube for at least 13 years. Like, so, Onision has been on, legit, like, YouTube for about that long, too. And his content has not changed over the years. His appearance has, but his content has not changed at all. He still does the same shitty stuff of rating his viewers and saying how attractive they are, or unattractive they are, or if they need to go vegan. I think he's vegan. I think he's either vegan or vegetarian to lose weight or react to hate people or make stupid skits basically making fun of self-harm or making up manipulative lies to like make his own fictional life story like more tragic each and every time he retells it. And then yeah, that's pretty much it. That's all I can think about. That's all he does on his channel. That's all he's done on his channel for about 12, 13 years now. So like it's probably never gonna change. So, you know, like, maybe YouTube could just do something about it, because there's no way that YouTube doesn't know about Onision. Like, he's been on there for a really long time, and he's gathered a lot of hate, but for some reason they haven't done anything about it. I don't know why. They need to, but it's coming to the point where YouTube's obviously not going to do shit. So, it's up to the creators to do something, because as a unit and as people, they can do amazing things, you know? Especially with social media now, because, like, it's so, like, rapid fire now that, like, they could literally build a chain and protect the youth against, Onision's toxic word virtually, like, in a matter of maybe 1 to 2 weeks, like a month at the most. And like, it would literally take barely any effort because he's not a hard person to find faults in, and he's not a hard person to find sick, disgusting shit in. And if you have a sane mind and a good moral compass and you're not being manipulated by him or by society's like weird twisted fucking rules sometimes, then you should have a normal, rational reaction, and you'll be able to influence your viewers, and you'll be able to spread the message out, and then build this chain wall that I've been talking about, because it's clear that YouTube is just dealing with a bunch of, like, management bullshit, and, like, just doesn't want to own up to the fact that they have a platform with equally, like, actually it's not equal anymore, but they have a platform with some truly amazing self-aware people who like spread a message of their hearts and their stories and like what they truly believe in, and they truly change lives, you know, and they make a huge difference, and like it's just amazing, you know, how YouTube is a platform that has that, but it's also horrific how YouTube also has a platform that has people like Onision who manipulate children or spread horrible messages to children, or people who are like Lele Pons, or I don't know, what's in like another YouTuber who's like really rich and like loves to flash their wealth and their hot bodies and all this shit, and they're just fake. But anyways, that's like a lot of YouTube now, especially with the like new YouTubers, and I'm just kind of like, great. So YouTube has some amazing people on there, but they're like drowned out by the trending of violence and fake manipulative stories and money and success, because success and money apparently always go hand in hand. So, like, whatever. So yeah, that's my verdict on Onision and like what needs to happen for him, because like this is just like ridiculous at this point. I'm just kind of like, okay, I'm fed up. When is this gonna end? Because I freaking love my what's her name? I just forgot her name. Hold on. Stage Eons? Aeons? Stage Aeons. That's her name, yeah. She's like an amazing person. I think she's really cool. And I think that she has a lot of honesty and like truth to offer to people. But like I also think that she kind of gets a little bit caught up in her own like feelings and like her own view of everything, and like doesn't think of the bigger picture, and like doesn't think about like bigger and better things than a shitty brick on the wall, because he's just gonna be a shitty brick on the wall that's stuck there, because unless you kill him, he's not leaving. So he's just gonna be a continuous shit stain in the world, but like we can't do anything about it. So just live with the fact that we have a shit stain. But like, you've already spread your message enough, sweetie. Like, let another person get a chance to do so. Like, enough is enough. Like, setting an example by spreading hate over the same person who, over and over and over. It's different between bringing awareness to somebody's faults and like warning people about that person, and repeatedly making videos about somebody that you don't like or has like bad uh, attributes, purely because like you just can't like keep it in anymore. But like like that's what I would call hate. Like that's when good intentions and bringing awareness to a bad situation turns into hate, and that's when it turns into like repetition and cruelty, and you're just kind of like, okay, we get it, can you stop now? Because like it's just kind of like you're over it, like, you know, like it's done and over, like just relax, okay? Encourage others to spread the message that you started out with, but don't keep repeating your own message, because you're just tuning the same old horn and people are gonna get bored of it, you know? So that's all I'm saying. I love Strange Aeons, but like I feel like she's just getting a little bit too caught up in her disposition and hate for and dislike for Onision or Onion Boy. But yeah. And unfortunately, I think it's kind of like human nature to like want to know the bad stuff